How is everybody this morning? Yes, it is just about 7, so we do a little idle chit-chatting while everybody is, while Facebook builds an audience. I just think that's so cute. You know, when you do these live feeds, that's what it says. Facebook is building an audience. Makes you feel like, wow, so cool. How cool is that? So I hope you all have had a wonderful day. I see Tracy and Angie and Jessica and Dominica and Cindy and Darlene. Did I say that right? Dominica. That's beautiful. Did I say it? If I said it right, that's just beautiful. I'm just saying. It's probably pretty anyways. But Melanie and Dana. We're getting up there. We're definitely getting up there. And Lisa and Elizabeth. Yay! And Tanya. Look at us all. Come on. Hey, Lisa. There we are. And Angela. It's like romper room. I just love it. Look at that. Here we all come. How exciting. What a day I've had. Let me just tell y'all. It's been a week. It's been a week. I am so ready just to be normal again. I have not been normal all week. So, oh, and Georgianne's on. I love it when I see my team. Teresa Paul. Oh, I love to say your name. Hi, honey. Just so cute. Hey, wait till you see what I have from Lisa Wilbur from 2004. We're going into some archives on this tonight. You know, I want to get back to how this business starts and share with you how important it is to celebrate all your victories and building this, and never to forget, like, you know, where we came from and all that happy stuff. So I did say your name. I said Teresa Paul. I said Teresa Paul. I said Teresa. My buddy's Teresa Paul's on there. Do you guys catch her calls? She has got great Paul. I mean, she does tidbits with Teresa. And I love them. So, and I learned so much. And you know what? I learned so much off everybody. I can't even say y'all do the videos. You show your product now. I see you're all doing that. And I can't tell you how awesome that is. It is great to see because I learn from them as well. So you teaching everybody. She's slow. No, you ain't slow. You're too funny. But so let's start it off. Welcome everybody. You got some people on, so we got over 30. We're doing good. So hey, let's get started. It is Thursday evening. Success with Scola. I am Lisa Scola. So I am an executive leader with Avon. That's still the title name. They haven't changed it yet. Still can't get used to saying these. Don't really care because you don't want to stay there real long. You want to move to the next one or whatever's next. So that's just very unimportant. You're just always going for, I want to be Captain Platinum. But it wouldn't be that. I guess it would be like co-Captain Platinum. You can't take Wilbur's name because, you know, she already calls herself that. So to think of something else. I don't know. We'll leave it up to Teresa. She's going to be next. So we'll see what she goes with and then I'll follow. So, oh, and Rebecca's on, and Maria and Darlene, and hi, Mary, and Gladys is dialing in. I do have a dial-in, so that's pretty cool. There's only a few people that dial in now that we do this live thing. It's kind of funny. I do see a lot of people usually do the replays on them, and that, hey, that works as well. You know, it's there, so that's why we do them. But a little bit about me. Let me share about me tonight. It's going to be all about me and how I started this business. Some of you probably don't know. Maybe you didn't catch that in the book or in the 1,600 other times that I share about myself. But I'm sure about it again, just to go back some. Started this business in 2001. So I've been almost 16 years strong with Avon. And my daughter, who's 16, she was 1. So, wow, just... that makes you start feeling old, but that's okay because we're not, because we have Avon, so we can look good all the time, right? But yes, I started it because I wanted to do something. I didn't want to get a job, and I wanted to make some money, and that's what I did. So Avon was the choice. I had lots that I could have looked into doing, but Avon was, it's what appealed to me the most. It wasn't that expensive to get started. I didn't have to have inventory. I didn't have to have a sales quota. Worked great. It was exactly what I needed. And, you know, and I got started and I seen everything that it had to offer. I was like, oh my gosh, there is so much to do with this Avon business. Holy crap. Like, I could really build this into a big business. Wasn't really ready to do it now. And my Renee is on too. Boy's got all sorts of team members on this call tonight. I'm pretty excited about it. Not that I don't love all my Avon family, but woo, how nice it is to see them on my calls. But anyways, I wanted to do something, and I knew when I seen the opportunity that was going to be great. It was going to really be awesome. So I started, and I was a great personal shopping. I did a great job as a personal shopper, and it was something that I seen the leadership portion. There was a beauty advisor and all that stuff. I was interested in all of it. Hi, Rebecca. And Sarah, let me just keep saying hi to everybody. We just do this all night. This is awesome. Did you get a drink? My drink. You like my cup? It's got a sippy cup with a straw. I figured this way, in case I spilled it, is gonna make a mess, right? This is good. So, and I'll have sangria this evening. It went well with my Chinese. Not that I got to finish it or anything, but that'll be later. So, and Carol's on. Hi, Carol. So anyways, I started this business. She was one, my oldest son, who is 18, now he's 2.5. So it was definitely something that I knew was going to be a great opportunity. Now, did I do a whole lot with this business right off the cup? No, I didn't. I didn't do a whole lot with it right off the get-go. I literally was a personal shopper. My mom, on the other hand, she loved the Avon. She had customers that liked the Avon. She'd get me some orders, and a couple times I got really interested in. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, she needs a bottle. That's good. I'm not going to drink the bottle till after the call, but I wanted to get really into doing some things with it. And back then, the computer wasn't what it is today, you know, with this Google thing. So I went to the library, and I got 2 little babies at home. And so I went to the library then, and I Xerox copied my street, because they had the street books there where you can get the street. So I Xerox copied them. And I brought them home and had their phone number on them and their address. And hi, Nicole. Wow, you guys, love you all. And I came home and made phone calls. And that was my first big thing that I did with this business. I made phone calls. I called everybody in my neighborhood to see if they wanted a book. It was hard to like get the kids out at the same time and go. And hi, Tina. How exciting. And get out there. And I didn't know about dropping books or tossing books. I never heard about any of that stuff. I mean, there was no Facebook. I mean, we're going back a ways here. I mean, it was 2001. No Facebook. Well, if there was, I wasn't on it. I thought, you don't even know when MySpace came out, but they had like Google something. I think it was Yahoo Groups. That's what they had, Yahoo Groups. So I had one of those dial-up computers. Now let's all think. We're going back now, right? So anybody who's real young is going to be like, wow, she's old as dirt. So I had the dial-up computer. So when you send it to sign on AOL, it went. Y'all remember that? That's what it sounded like. Okay, so that's what we used to do. Avon wasn't even online yet. Okay, I used to have to write it in the purchase orders. Called all my neighbors off that list to see if they wanted a book, and I highlighted the ones that were interested, and I did have quite a few that were interested in getting one, and I did drop them books off. So I started very small. Still wasn't really into getting out there, and didn't have a great upline. No, I have 0 upline. So let's start with that. My manager recruited me. As a matter of fact, I took my archives out for you all, and I want to show you some things like from the very beginning. And here's taking you back. This is what my little contract looked like. You see this piece of paper? I still have it. This is my contract. Look at that. And yeah, so cool. Yeah, so that was it. And they did everything by hand. Nothing was on the computer at all. And that came out shortly after. So there was a lot of challenges. Didn't have a territory, though. We were kind of out of the territory thing, thank goodness, because that was a thing back even before me. Didn't have that. So we really just could go anywhere. And I ran into a lot of problems. A year went by, and I loved it. Stuck with it. Came in like in January, March, April, May, June, July. I came in like August, so I came in before the holidays, and I had some shorts over the holidays. My order went on hold because it was big. Some people from family members ordered a lot of stuff, and I remember how mad I was. I was so mad because my order was not coming. It was on hold, and it was like delayed, and people were complaining, and I was quitting. I was done. I was done with this Avon thing. I was done. I was like, oh, I don't have time for this. Are you kidding me? My stuff's not coming in and da 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 da. I mean, literally I was not going to continue. Okay. Obviously here I still am. So I did, but I got through it. You know, my manager talked me off the cliff and I stayed, and the order did come in. It ended up being okay. And everybody got their stuff. So that was like my first experience. Like, wow. And now another year, kind of, we get into that next year, and have almost a full 2 years in, and one of my friends was interested, and that's what got me into leadership. Now, in the meantime, I did their training. You know how important it is to get the training done, regardless of where you are in your business. Brand new, been here for a long time, always do the training. I know I was just on Teresa Paul's call, and last Tuesday she talked about everything in it, and it is. I checked it all out. This Avon University's got a lot of stuff to help you build orders up, giving you ideas. You don't have to do exactly what it says, but take something that they say and change it, or go do it, or make it your own. Okay, it's just a great idea. So get on that if you haven't done that. It's good stuff. I did all the training, did the beauty advisor training, did the certified beauty advisor training. Girlfriend came to me, wanted to sell. That's what got me into leadership. She was like, oh my gosh, Lisa, I want to do Avon. She had like 100 kids and wanted to make some money. I said, why not? You know, this is cool. I'll sign you. I said, there's something about that. There's, let me call my manager. I knew it was leadership. So I did. I called her up and she says, well, that girl's not in my district, so another manager has to go with you. But, you know, back in the day, you had to take a manager or somebody with you for your first few appointments to make sure you were trained right so that you can get them recruited in correctly. Like I said, I had no upline. So I had to take the manager with me, and we did. Got my friend recruited, and then, of course, went right home, did all this training on leadership. I didn't wait to find. I didn't have any ask. I didn't have a Facebook group. I didn't have mentor to call. I had to figure this out. So I got on, did all the training, read all in the book. I said, I brought out all the leadership stuff. I still have the leadership book. I have it all here. Got all that information and read what I needed to do. So I seen it back in the time. It was, wow, it was unit leader. I'm like, okay, so then we're going to make unit leader. We need 5 people for that. Then you needed 5 people. I think your team had to do $1,400. You had to do $300, I believe. It wasn't like it is now. It was a little more. So I said, well, I better get some more customers because, you know, I'm not really working this customer thing. I was making President's Club on my own. Okay. Don't expect y'all to do that, but I was a very good personal shopper. I said, I need to find some customers. So started in the Yahoo groups, got in contact and read some things as people were doing. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy 100 brochures and I'm going to start putting them out. And that's what I did back then. So what is it, 2003 now, almost 2004. And I just put an ad in the paper for recruiting because there was no other way to do it. You know, for anybody who wanted Avon, I'd get all these phone calls. I'd drive to their houses. I'd get them recruited. And let me tell you, I brought a lot of people on quick. I really did. I was addicted to this building team thing, you know, and the only thing we had available to us at that point, now a little bit of Your Avon had started. So they had started the Your Avon, and you could get an earnings statement to see what people were doing, and you could see a tree growing. Okay, so the world, there wasn't a whole lot yet, but there was some stuff, and I loved that. So I was totally all over it, and so I started doing that. And in the Yahoo groups and their Rich and Famous video that I was turned on to had this woman named Lisa Wilbur in it, and I thought, oh my God, this woman's making all kinds of money. I want to make money like her. She's doing great. She's a senior executive with Avon, and she's at the top level. And she started doing a group. She said she was going to go around and travel, and she was going to do 25 ideas or whatever. The funniest thing about it is I still have my letter. So this is my receipt that she mailed to me. So it is postmarked June of 2004. And I can remember this vividly because I had just kind of made advanced unit leader. And I wish I could have found the picture of her and I, because I used to have blonde hair. Okay, so y'all know I was a blonde. And I used to have blonde hair. And so I used to go, you know, that was me. And I wanted to go, and she was going to be in Akron. So here it is. Here's my form from her. It's got her business card in it and everything. It's my receipt to go there. And I went with a few people to this workshop. And man, did I come out on fire. So when there are workshops, like you guys get these calls now where we share our stuff and how we're growing and what we're doing and how we're building it. We were just like really just loving it. Okay. I learned so much, all these ideas on how to boost your business and how to market yourself everywhere. So I was right on doing those 100 brochures every single campaign. Yes, I was a blonde. Well, I have a picture, so I'm going to show it to y'all. So I was hot on doing something. Now, keep in mind, I was building my team before I went there. I was very much wanting to build a good leadership business. And in the meantime, I was building an enormous customer base because every campaign, I'm putting out 100 brochures and I'm going everywhere with them. I'm taking them everywhere. I'm putting them in neighborhoods. My mom's helping me. If I had 30 customers that campaign, I bought 130 books. If I had 40 customers, I bought 140 books. And pretty soon I was buying 200 books. So I was always buying. So I had that extra 100 to get out. And that year, I went to our PC tribute and I was the #1 recruiter. It was my first 2 awards. And so one of the things I learned in my workshop at Lisa Wilbur was self-promotion. Self-promotion, wherever you could self-promote, put yourself in the paper, in a paper that's local. A magazine, anything that you want to, the parents magazine, anything. We had a local paper and I said, well, I'm putting this in there. So came home and got my picture taken. My mom took my picture and here it is from the paper. Do you see me with the blonde hair? Avon's #1 recruiter. That was me, and that's what I labeled it. And I learned to do that from the workshop I went on because, like I said, I really wanted to grow up to be just like that. And it's funny because in my little I have a folder here full of this stuff. It's pretty big. You see, this is my memories folder. How thick it is with all the stuff in it. It's things that when I went through and cleaned, I just always wanted to keep. I think I probably got 7 of these in here because my mom at the time, of course, she loved her daughter. She was all about taking those out of there. So I self-promoted myself all the time. It was something that I learned from Lisa right off the get-go. So here I am building the team. Now you say to yourself, because you're sitting in a position, you might be in your business right now and you're thinking to yourself, Lisa, it's just not working. I can't recruit. Nobody wants to join this business. I can't get anybody on my team. They won't stay. I get them recruited. They're not putting an order in. I'm going to be honest with you. And I mean, really, I never looked. I just kept recruiting. I don't know if they were putting orders in or not. There wasn't all of these great incentives. Of course, now you really want to try to make sure they're putting them in so you can earn this money. They didn't give that away then. There was none of this being given away. You just had to do it. And I wanted to make more money. I had my eyes on a big team. I had my eyes on big money. That's what I wanted. And I just kept doing what I did. They dropped off. I added new people. I would call them up. Of course, I'm following up with them and I'm trying to get them to put orders in and I'm trying to find out how I can help them with their business. And did you hear that I just said I called them up? I mean, I know you all, I preach this every single time I'm on here. It's a telephone. I know many don't have one in their house. They might have to use the cell phone, which I'm on. I can't show that to you and you're all on yours probably, or you're on your computer. You just building this business, you have to talk to people. Okay, I'm sorry. So if you got some kind of phobia that you don't like to talk to people, I'm going to suggest that you start learning how to get over that because you need to talk to them. You need to build relationships. You need a strong foundation, and that's how you build this business. I used to call my team. Another thing I was taught by Lisa Wilbur, again, no upline. Find a mentor. She said that she sent out like a little newsletter to her team. Every 2 weeks, something in there about what's going on and how the sales are. People are competitive. Everybody watching this right now is competitive. I know you are. I'm competitive. We all are. And we compete against friendly competition against each other. When you see somebody getting it, you're like, oh, I want to get it too. You just, that's normal. If you're not doing that, then, hey, find some competitiveness. It really gets you going, okay? Get competitive about it. Work with each other, get those things, if somebody's doing something, how are they doing it? I want to get that order. So I would put my order on top as it was getting bigger. And I was quickly reaching over $1,000 in sales all the time. When I started that leadership business back then in 2002, it was like 2001 to the end, like in 2002, I believe, I literally had a $14,000 increase that year. How did I do that? Avon was everywhere. 100 books a campaign over what I was doing, picking customers up right and left. Orders were coming in. I did every event I could get my hands on. If there was an event at a church, at a school, at the store down the street, at wherever, I was there. I was figuring out how to get a table, and I was paying the 25 or whatever dollars, and I would buy product to bring with me, and I was selling it. And then I had an open house. I had a Christmas open house for like a week because I had all this product that I needed to get rid of. And that is what works, okay? It's having that drive and that initiative, and you're not sitting around waiting for it to happen. Can't do that. So I didn't, and that's how I did it. So I did build that team up. I mean, I had a great business going. Went to my first event in Atlantic City. The manager went, a bunch of people went that were just Avon reps in the area. I had a few team members that went, and it was a lot of fun. And again, I'm dying because you know how we have our phones now? You guys, we are so spoiled, dude. You have like no idea. We take these phones, we do a live feed, we're showing our customers hands-on what it's looking like. We're going around taking a video. We did not have that. We had to take a picture and bring them home and get them developed, right? So I know we all kind of giggle about this, but here, I still have the pack of pictures from that. And I don't know why I literally have photo albums of Avon stuff, but for some reason, this pack of look at this. This is the pack of pictures. See that? It's still in the container, right? And then here they all are. They're just pictures. See them all? And they're product from this that I went to. It's product pictures, which is even funnier. They showed all it was the holiday big season. Like, remember the snowman? Remember the snowman? See, I have pictures of it, right? Yeah, I have a whole thing. So I just pulled out a few because I'll never forget, we drove to it from here, a car full of us. So when you have an event, even then, a car full of us went in. And we got a room. We all shared the room. We split it because we were all very much, trying to count our pennies. Who was sleeping anyways? We were in Atlantic City. I mean, we're only there for like spending one night, leaving the next day, or however it was working. But we got our gift bag, just like they do now with all that product in it. When you go to RepFest or the conventions, you always get this product. And we were given the Today. So the Today was launched. And there's the picture of it. You see? See the Today? There it is, being launched. Yep. Now, that would look a whole lot better on my cell phone, I'm just saying. But here it is, right? And then here, of course, is me. There's me blonde. Do you see me? Yep. And that's our manager right here, Nita. There we are. There's me, blonde, smiling in the picture. Long time ago, but happy as a lark to be there. We were all in there looking with the presentation and seeing people up on stage. And that's when I was like, wow, look at these people making money. Look at what they're doing with their business. And I really got even more energized. So I wanted to share with you guys tonight, because we share about so many things. I mean, I do product reviews and everything, but there's so much with this business. And yes, it has changes, and yes, there's struggles. And boy, I've gone through ups and downs and ups and downs, and I've quit a million times. I have, but I never really did. I'm still here, and it's okay to be frustrated, and it's okay to just want to just pull your hair out sometimes, and don't do that, because then the gray hairs come in. We were talking about that this morning, but don't do that. So just stick with it. It's persistence and it's consistency. It's never giving up. So we'll fast forward a little bit in my Avon career to when I had my tragedy and went through my divorce. Now, at the time, looking back, terrible. Life was terrible, okay? I went from this high of business almost to senior. I mean, literally was an executive unit leader. I had become a certified beauty advisor trainer. I was teaching their beauty classes. I was making great money on the weekends, and Avon was traveling me places to go teach these classes. I loved teaching the classes in the skincare. I got so much personal enjoyment out of it. I can't even tell you. I ended up pregnant with my son as well at the time, John. So now we're talking, it's 11 years, so, it was 5 years into my business. And ended up going through a divorce and ended up like everything, losing everything. So you go from all this wonderfulness going on and everything starts crashing down around you. So when you're talking about your trials and your tribulations and bad things that are happening and things that aren't good, and we're understanding. I know it's hard sometimes because you're going, oh, they don't get it. They don't understand. Look where you are now. Look what's going on with your business. No, we get it. I get it. I was there, 3 babies. I had a year and a half year old at the time, a 7-year-old and 6-year-old. And it was tragic. Terrible place to be in. My business was started to fall apart. They stopped doing the class all at one time. I mean, so like everything started changing. My team started leaving me. I mean, I had leaders dropping off. All of this invested. Now my customers never went anywhere. I mean, I have to say my customers have stuck through everything with me. So best business again in the world, because my Avon customers are like the most loyalist customers ever. They stuck with me, through all of it, and it was tough. And was going to give up on the Avon. So many that know me, I was going to quit. I literally was going to just be done. That was my thing. But when you watch my Boss Life video and I talk about how, life-changing it was, and my, my oldest son, and he is the one, and he did not want to see me quit Avon. He didn't, he really didn't care what I did. He just didn't want me to go to work. Okay, so let's just be clear. Didn't understand it all that much, but when I said I was going to get a job, not be here, yeah, he was ready for me to, not get a job. So, hi, Brittany, you made it. I hope you got beautiful floors. Brittany was floor shopping tonight, by the way, everybody that's on. So anyways, when I seen him and I seen his eyeballs and I seen him with his tears and him wanting me home, I said, you know what? I brought a lot of people into this business. I was an executive unit leader. At the time I had dropped down to like barely hanging on to advanced. And he said he wanted me home, and I seen that in his eyes, and I knew we could do it. I knew I'd built this business once. Maybe it was a lot easier financially for me to do it. Maybe I didn't have so much stress on me, but maybe I needed to learn how to do it a different way. So maybe I learned how to pinch those pennies and make every dollar count. I did, so I didn't give up. I had made a decision. I said, you're right. I'm not going to quit, and I'm going to make this work. I'm going to go back to the beginning of what I've done from the beginning, and I'm going to build this business back, and I'm going to build a stronger team, and I'm going to build a bigger, stronger business, and we're going to make it work. And I did. And did it happen in a day? No. Did it happen in a week? No. I lost my house in foreclosure. I had to get a car in my mother's name. I had, it was a mess. And I was able, of course, I stayed in my home before they took it. It takes years for them to take it. And I did end up coming out ahead on that, thank goodness. But, I had to go through a lot of different things. I swear I spent at least 2 or 3 times a month in an attorney's office. I can't even tell you. I was so tired of talking to attorneys. I could have just throw out attorney, I couldn't take it anymore. But I stayed strong with the business. I wasn't going to give it up. And I made it work. And you know what? I'm glad I did. Because now I have this huge Avon family and I have this enormous great business, and it just keeps getting better. And I'm not done building it yet. It's not even over. That's what I love. There's no cap. There's no top. They didn't say, Lisa, not going to make any more money with us now. You're done. Well, Wilbur, we all know. Geez, that's not happening. Make as much money as you want. You're not making it in leadership. You're going to make it up in sales. So that's where I was. And that's what I did. So got a divorce, have my 3 kids. In the meantime, got back up to executive, and was really working on getting a senior. Was really, really pumped and excited. Was so close. Was getting there. The checks were coming up. I was able to start figuring out how to get those bills paid. And I didn't do it with all the money. I really did it with the sales. You have to find the customers, and you have to figure out how much money do I need to make, and then you need to make that money in your customer sales while you're building that team, because the money that you make in leadership is, it's great. I can't even tell you. It's great, okay? But you're definitely going to make it in your sales. That is money, cash money, 2 weeks, you change it over. You're collecting your money, you're getting your profits, you're putting an order in, you're collecting your money, you're getting a profit. So I didn't buy as much stuff. So I bought what I needed. I didn't have that. I would figure out exactly when I was putting my order in, how much money was I going to make off that order, and how much money did I need to make it happen. I had to get help. I had to have help with my electric. I had to have help with my gas. I had to have food assistance. I had to have it all. I was losing everything, okay? My ex-husband wasn't giving me any money. Let me just tell you something. This person didn't want to help at all. He didn't want to help do anything. I went 3 years with zero child support because every time I'd file papers, oh, he wouldn't have to pay. They'd started over from the beginning, and any arrearage he may have even accumulated went away. It was a hot mess. I can't even tell you. It was a hot mess. It took me 4 years to get divorced. But in the meantime, I put my tail between my legs. I did what needed to be done, take care of my kids. My electric bill was over $5,000. I had to have help on it to make payments to keep the electric on, and I did. And boy, let me tell you what, it feels good when you make that last payment and you don't have to have that help anymore. Let me just tell you. And I'll never forget it when I did it. And I'll never forget when the gas bill was just as bad, and I caught that up. And it was even better when I didn't have to have any kind of help at all. And I didn't even have to have any more food assistance. I didn't have to have anything because, well, they wouldn't give it to me. I'd make too much money with Avon. So imagine that. So excited. But those are good things. That's what you want to do. So, yes, there's a means to an end with a business that you're willing to go out and work and build. And that's what I did. So fast forwarding now, just a little bit to my today life. I am an executive leader with Avon. I am almost a silver executive leader with Avon. I am like this close to making it. Unit sales capped $96,000 last campaign, which is huge. I finally got my first generation in like more than, well over 10 grand, which was one of my big things is my first gen. I always was building deep, always helping to build teams, always. So my first generation was never as big as what it is now. I'm able to do that with their new system and able to do that and work on it. So I'm like super excited about that. So of course the checks are a whole lot getting better. And my funny thing is I gotta grab it and I'll show you. And I can remember one of the people showing like their earning statements, and if you're in leadership, there's an earning statement. You have to print it off every campaign. But it's getting really thick. Do you see how thick it's getting? How many pages? How many pages is it? It takes so long to print. I always wondered how it was going to get to where, yep, I'm at like 20 pages now, which is so cool because I have them when they're only 1 page, 2 pages. I'm at 20. I'm like, it's like super exciting stuff, you guys. And you know how I did it? Let me tell you, I didn't give it up. So I just shared with you from the beginning. I'm showing you as a blonde. I'm showing you how we built this business. Life was great, married, had kids, money coming in, not having to worry about it. To when life wasn't so good and life took a crapper, okay? So you make a choice and you make a decision every single day. And you have to get up and make that decision every single day. And this is not a business that you can work 2 weeks out of the month and expect to get somewhere with it. You have to work it on a consistent basis all the time, every day, somehow. So my wonderful, business has stopped this week because my son needed a car. And, oh, Brittany, see, see, I know that. What I need to do is dig those out of the archives because I have all the way back to my very first paycheck with Avon. I have that earnings statement, which is really cool. I've saved every single one of them. So even when I throw my tax stuff out after the years that you don't need them, I save that stuff because I just, that's fun to look at to me. I want to look at it when I've got that, empire on top, and then you look at it then. So this week, get my orders ready. Usually I'm done by now. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I usually spend Friday, catching up on whatever I have to do with reports and downline. And now I'll be making deliveries tomorrow because I have just finally finished packing my orders. And I have 2 sheets that, kind of look like this with customers on them that I've been writing on all day, as I call them. And I have a ton of deliveries to make tomorrow. And my son's been looking for a car, and he's been saving his money. Mama bought him his first car. And he's 18, and his car pooped. Just blew up. And it's time for him to get a new one. And I told him, no, I don't mind helping, but I'm not buying him another car. And I could have even helped him and shown him how to get a loan on a car, but the insurance would have killed him. So that wasn't really an option. So trying to find a used car, oh God, it is like, I would rather take an ice bath, okay? Let's just put it out there. And I hear those feel really good when your muscles are aching, but I can't stand it. So, but it's like, oh, it's bad. So he looks them up. We call people. We have to go look at them. So we did that all. I shared that yesterday. I did that all day. And today we just happened to luck out. And how fun, the irony of life, I always say. So we're running out. He sees this car. He was looking at Grand Prix and Grand Ams. We didn't end up with that, but that's what he kept looking at. All of them out of his price range, all of which I'm sure he was thinking, Mama, just write the check for the difference. I know this is what he'll just pay me back. I really wasn't feeling all that, but okay, we'll see what happens. So I just keep looking with him and seeing where we're at. And so we end up going out to see this car, and it happens to be right here in Austintown where I live. So we go on up there, and we see while there's cars there. I'm like, oh, this is a little lot, and it's right by my grocery store. I never even really paid attention. Pulled in there, and he gets out, walks right over to the car he was looking at, which of course is out of his price range by a couple $1,000s. But we're looking at it. I'm like, it's nice. And then there's this little, it's Oldsmobile Arrow, sitting over there, and I seen it had the 2400 on it, and that was about his price range. And I said, there, that one right there is probably going to be good. So we checked it out, talked to the guy, great guy, spoke to him for a while. My son had to be at class, had to drive him to school, had to come back home, had to work on my Avon orders, then I had to pick him back up from WashU, then I had to come back home, and it's been a day. So, Mama, I think I want to go back up and get that car, he says. I talked to my friends, that's probably a good car. The interior is great. I probably should just get the car. But I'm like, oh, that's a good decision. I like that decision. I'm so proud. Let's go get the car. So we're booking up there to the car now, right? So here we go running up there, and it's not there. It wasn't there. Oh my God, I almost had a heart attack. I'm like, okay, let's just be calm. Maybe it's just in the shop, right? So I went in to talk to the man, and the one guy was missing that we talked to earlier, and told him we were looking. He says, oh, he just took it out on a test drive. I'm like, oh, this is not good. This person's going to come back. He's going to want the car. We're not going to get the car square one. I'm going to be still driving you to work and school and all this stuff, and I'm over it already. I'm done. So he comes back, and he's got a little old gentleman with him, and of course they get out, and the guy's very interested. He's looked it all over. He wants the car. He's going to go home and talk to his wife about it, make sure they're buying it for somebody else. As soon as he's out that door, I looked at him. I said, he wants to test drive the car. He goes, okay. So they go drive the car. So I'm talking to the other gentleman. Guess what we're talking about? You're never going to guess. Just think about it. What do you think? Just one thing off. Yep. We're talking about Avon. So, of course, I take my opportunity. What does your wife do? What do you do? How long have you been here? How many kids do you have? This is my son. I have this many kids, and I do Avon, la, la, la. So we're talking about it a little bit. So, of course, when they come back, drives great, and he's doing his thing, and the little gentleman, see, Carrie knew, and Mary knew. Yep, we're talking about Avon. So he comes in, and he says, oh, my gosh, you're never going to believe what she does. And the guy says, what? He goes, he does Avon. Remember so-and-so did Avon? He goes, oh, my daughter did that for a minute, but she don't stick with anything, or she's not consistent, nor does she work at it. And I said, well, you kind of have to work at it. He goes, oh, do you like it? I'm like, oh, yeah, I like it. So, of course, my son, because he's like my greatest cheerleader at times, let me just tell you, he did his last sociology report on me, and he just turned it in at college. And he had to have a slide presentation. It was about building a business. And this is another thing that I'm telling you, when you're building a legacy, you're building one when you're showing your children how to build a business with Avon, because I have done that. So my son did this report. Well, when he was telling me he had to do this presentation and he's trying to think of a business, I said, dude, everything you're telling me about customer service, doing it in, all over the United States, or how you would advertise, or having it local, and how I said, this is Avon. This is what I do every day. You're right, Mama, you do. Oh my God, I'm going to do it on you. Let's do it. So of course I just did some survey, answered some questions for him. He put it all together, and we got him some product. He said, we sell everything. We appeal to every lower class, middle class, upper class. And we went into the recruiting, gets us all put together, and the presentation with the Boss Life video that I have out that Avon did. Let me tell you what, he was the second person to present it. And of course, his class, he's in a lecture hall, right? I told him, dude, you should have brought a box of books with you. You could have been passing them out. His teacher loved it. And what's heartwarming is when you're sitting there and you get the text message, because he's in class, and he says, oh, Mama, he says, the teacher loves it. I'm going to present it second. I'm like, oh, that's good. And then about 15, 20 minutes later, you get another text message that says, oh, I just showed you off, Mama, so much. Oh my gosh, everybody loved it. And, it just makes you feel like, see, this gives me the goosebumps. How awesome is that? He goes, of course, everybody in the class this lecture hall was not happy about it because now they seen how he put his presentation together and ended up with my video, and they were in awe about it. They're like, where are we going to come up with this, right? Now they had to compete. Like I said, we all are competing against each other. So today, that's what we did. And the guys in the shop really didn't realize in this little car lot that we were at. And my son points it out. And he goes, well, she's got videos and stuff. And I said, yeah. So this guy's like, really? Can you show us any of them? And I'm all thinking to myself, don't you just want to sell the car? I just want to go home and eat my Chinese. So I'm like, sure, bring up YouTube. So we did. They watched the video. Then they watched the commercial to see where my little cameo is, where I'm in it. And I showed them. They're like sitting there starstruck. And they were like, oh my God, you're like a big deal with Avon. I said, well, yeah, I was kind of telling you that's what I do. So I come back in after we went to the bank and got his money out. And of course, Mama had help a little bit, but he's going to pay me back in a month. And I had to go get more out because of tax and title. So it went over his budget, but that's okay. He'll be good. At least he's got his car. Gentleman says to me when I come in, he says, you're going to give me your autograph before you leave, right? Or something, an Avon book or something. I'm like, oh yeah, I got Avon books for you. So I bought them all Avon books and a business card. And Mary, it's Zach we're talking about. Zach's the one in college. Zach's the one doing all these reports. And the little old gentleman that works at the thing, he comes out and he says, hey, I just have to tell you, come here. He takes me outside. I'm like, yeah. I said, what's up? He says, I just need to tell you because your son is just great. He says, he like melts when he talks about you. He says he is really proud of his mom. You know, isn't that really what we try to do anyways, is make our kids proud? We have to be the best example that we can be. And I never gave up, and I proved to everybody and myself, regardless of the negativity, regardless of those people in your life that are going to tell you, you can't do this business. And they're going to tell you that. And they're going to tell you, you're never going to make any money with Avon. They're going to tell you that. And you're going to hear, why don't you go get a real job? You're going to hear that, okay? I didn't care because I had my own business. And I was going to make that business work. And I was going to make the money that I want to make. So I didn't give it up, and I don't want you to give it up. I want you to know that the struggles you're going to go through, the negativity that you're going to hear, the people that are going to tell you that you can't do it, you're going to show every single one of them that you will do it. No, it won't not happen overnight, and it might not happen by summer. But if you can show every little milestone that you have, and you can just build on that, that's what's going to get you there. Never, ever giving up on your dream and what you want. And my kids might not be doing Avon right now, but they're not giving up on what they want and their dream. And, you know they think I don't do anything sometimes. They just think I have nothing better to do but to drive them around. But I can do that for them now. I can be at their stuff. I can take time. I can help with homework. I can spend mornings with them. I can do everything that I've always wanted to do. I want to look for another home. My big goal on my dream board is in 2 years to have a house, southern Georgia or northern Florida or somewhere, okay? It's been on my board. I've done financial things. I've gotten my no debt. I'm right there. Well, I owe my house and my car, so I can't say I don't have no debt. But I don't have all that stuff I've always had. But I used every avenue to get here. I use charge cards. I've done it all, okay? I've done it all. But if you don't quit doing what you're doing, you'll get to the end. There is an end. So I want you to share all of your milestones somewhere. I want you to be able to look back on them, okay? And find those customers, keep those customers, build on your legacy, start now. Never give up. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It does take time. But it doesn't take your whole 10, 20 years. It just builds little bits at a time. So in a year, you see progress. And every time you do your taxes, you're like, oh my gosh, look, I made more money than last year. Oh, look, I made more money than last year. And oh, look, I made more money than every year. Every year I make more money. Where can you get that? You're not going to find a job that's going to give you that kind of increase all the time. So stick with this. I can't tell you enough. So I really just wanted to share. I wanted to share from the beginning. I wanted to share what it was like not to have any customers and have to build them up. I wanted to share what it's like to have those couple team members that aren't putting orders in. I still have it. You're still going to have drop-offs. They're just bigger now, and it's terrible. You know, when you look and see you have all these additions and all these people that leave, and you're still trying to keep them from staying and going and whatever. But you got to keep adding. You still can't stop. I don't stop. Okay? I don't stop looking for customers. I don't stop talking about my dreams. And you got to share them with everybody. And that's it. And it's the boss life. And then in the meantime, you do fun stuff while you're out talking to people. Like you go get the trolls. Have you guys been to McDonald's? Have you seen the trolls? I do have to share. Look at how stinking cute they are. This one, they go on a pencil. Wait, let me go. Oh, he lost his pencil. Hold on, let me get it. Look at how cute they are. My daughter works at McDonald's, you know. She brought me home trolls. I love them. They come with the coloring book too. So, and they stay on my desk because when you get mad, you pick them up and go, oh, and that's what you do. That's what you do. So, take your business, get the dream board going, figure out where you want to go, look at where you've been. And you know what? If you've just been in the crapper with the business and it just ain't been working out and you just whatever and you quit yesterday, okay, today's a new day. Tomorrow when you're going to get up, you're starting fresh. You're going to get that smile going and you're going to go. Join me for coffees in the mornings and we'll just share what we're going to do in the day if you catch me. And we're definitely going to make it good. We're going to make it good. We're going to have a good season. January's going to come. We're going to bang that out. It's going to be an awesome year. And I look forward to watching everybody do a wonderful, wonderful job. So I'd like to end our little call with the fact that the next time I will be doing this will be on Thanksgiving. Yes, 2 weeks from today is Thanksgiving. Probably not going to be on here doing a live stream. Pretty sure I'm going to be in Georgia with my sister. I am not sure. You'll see me and hear from me at one point, but we won't have a live stream. So we'll have to be skipping that one. So the next one, of course, will be, and get this, it will be on December 1st. And I've been doing that countdown. Y'all been thinking I'm crazy. And look at it. It's already going to be December. So December 1st will be our next actual live Success with Scola call. And we'll be talking all about ending this year with a bang and how we're going to come in even stronger. So you guys all have a wonderful evening. And if you have anybody that you want to add to our success group here that you think it would be helpful, please add them. Add a team member. Add somebody that you think might want to come in and just, if I can inspire them and help them to be great and make you even greater, let me help. Okay? Love you all and have a fabulous night. Thank you for joining me and have a great Thanksgiving. Of course, we'll be on here. Payday. Bye, y'all.